Welcome to the very first episode of Unleash and Rise, a space where we are not limited by our current reality. We're breaking free and looking into our destiny, taking every obstacle and turning it into an opportunity. I'm Laquvia.
And I'm Markeisha, and we are so excited to have you here as we cover turning obstacles into opportunities, and we talk to powerful women who have overcome challenges and who have faced the reality and done it unapologetically, as we have.
Absolutely, girl. So let's be real. We have to get past those limitations, right? How do we do that? How do we not allow what others put on us define us?
Let's go into our story and introduce us, because I feel like if we're going to have these real, raw, unleashed conversations, they should know who they're talking to a little bit, right? They should get to know a little bit about us. So, Laquvia, who are you? Let the people know who you are and tell them a little bit about, about yourself.
Okay, absolutely. So yes, this podcast, I want to start off with this podcast is personal.
Okay, it's personal to you.
It's personal. It's not just another thing you click on YouTube or any other listening app. This is something right now. It's a movement. And to get into deep about me and who I am and why we're here, I'm from Mississippi.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yes. Mississippi. You can't hear it in my accent. I'm from Mississippi. And, there's a negative connotation that comes with being from Mississippi. And a lot of it, there's some truth in some of it. That most people are uneducated or they're a little bit behind. They call them slow, because we Southern hospitality.
They talk about the Mississippi
folks. And so we're good people, though.
Okay.
We're the best. And, I did fall into one of the little stigmas. I got married at 17.
Oh, wow.
Had a baby at 18.
Okay.
Moved to Tennessee, and within 6 months of moving here, I was already going through a divorce.
So married at 17.
Mm-hmm.
Pregnant at 18.
Mm-hmm. Pregnant, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And getting ready to go through a divorce in less than a year.
Yeah. So I got married in March. So let me tell you, in 2004, March, I got married. Mm-hmm. May, I graduated high school. June, I turned 18. July, I had my first baby. Okay. And so in between that June, I moved to Savannah and then Fort Stewart. And then I had my baby. Mm-hmm. Then we moved to Tennessee. And from moving to Tennessee, that's July, right?
Right.
By December, it was already headed to divorce. Another baby was on the way, but not by me.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay. And this is just the intro.
It's just
to
the
your
intro.
Story.
Just the intro.
Okay.
So, a little bit of me in Tennessee, no family, no nothing.
Right.
And just me and a baby. So anyway, that marriage dissolved.
Okay.
Left me with 2 children, 2 girls, 2 beautiful daughters I have, Chastity and Charity. And from there, I literally went from me thinking I knew who I was to being homeless, hopeless, depressed, stressed.
Oh, wow.
To within 2 years being a homeowner with a promotion on my job.
Okay, homeless to homeowner.
And in the midst of that, I was walking too because I didn't have a car. So all of that's part of shaping me. In that moment, I didn't realize it was shaping me to be the woman that I am today.
Absolutely.
From there, by the age of 26, I was remarried to my husband now. Married for this to be 13 years of marriage.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We blended well, so we successfully blended our family with a modern day Brady Bunch. I came with 2 girls, he came with 2 boys, and there you go.
Okay.
And
from that was a strong turnaround.
A strong turnaround.
Beautiful turnaround.
Beautiful, like night and day.
Yeah.
To the point where at times it was scary.
Yeah.
It was real scary because oh my God, will I be hurt again? Will my kids be fatherless? It was a big turnaround, 180 in my life.
That sounds beautiful.
And it's a beautiful story. And so from there, we built out, like I said, started building our empire. Mm-hmm. So I'm the co-owner of Concord Realty. I'm licensed in Tennessee and Kentucky.
Okay.
I'm the owner of Unleash Life Coaching. I also do professional coaching, business coaching. I have my MBA. Okay. And so with me getting my MBA, my undergrad and my grad, all debt free. I owe no man nothing but to love them. My daughter just graduated and she's about to join the Air Force. Okay. She leaves in a few months. So it's a great success story. right?
Yeah, that debt-free is a statement a lot of people will never be able to.
Some.
Yeah.
If they follow our strategies, I can help them get debt-free.
Okay.
There's a way to get debt-free, get your degree debt-free if you choose to. It take a little work, but you can do it.
Okay.
It take a little denying yourself in moments to make it happen, but it's possible.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to live a witness that it's possible.
Okay. We'll have to share that story too.
Yes.
Next episode. But continue on with the story. Continue on.
So, but life has twists, right? So, it sound all good, after getting married, but I had big twists. I ended up going to jail like 3 years ago. Yes, girl, jail. Mugshot and all. We was on the news. Nashville news, everything. Like, I was calling looking for a lawyer, and he had already heard the story. And
wow.
Seriously, like, he heard the story. Like, oh, yeah, I just heard about this. This is an interesting story. It was to the point where when we went to Nashville looking for attorneys, everybody was more interested in wanting to know what was going on, what was the play in the city where we live, because they knew it was bogus. Yeah.
That's a story for another episode.
Girl, a whole story for another episode that we're going to get to when we're talking about something else. Yeah.
Wow.
A whole nother story. So anyway, through all that, God brought me through.
Yeah.
My faith remained in the midst of it. And I'm happy that I stayed the course. I didn't just survive, but I thrived.
Yeah.
Because through that, my kids were able to see what strong looked like.
Yeah.
Right? They was able to see what a resilient, God-fearing woman looked like. A woman of virtue.
Absolutely.
A woman of prayer.
Absolutely.
A woman of love, and most of all, a woman of forgiveness. Because in the midst of all of those things, I forgive everyone who wronged me in any type of way. So I like to say I came, I saw, and I conquered.
Absolutely.
So Markeisha, tell me your story. I'm interested.
I don't know how exciting my story is, but yours sound like a Lifetime movie. And that's okay, because everybody's story and everybody's journey is different. But
True.
To everyone, my name is Markeisha. And I am the founder of Select Your Crown, a nonprofit that gives back to women and children who've lost their hair due to chemotherapy and alopecia. So our slogan for Select Your Crown is remember that you're walking in royalty, regardless of what you're going through. I'm the owner of Rose Beauty Bar, where our slogan is let your inner beauty blossom. Okay? Because I believe that everyone who sits in the chair start off as a little seed. Once we water you, you blossom into something amazing. So I'm your hair and makeup bestie. And I believe in women empowerment. And I believe in pulling out the best in people. And that's something and a gift that God has given to me from the beginning. And I'm glad that I've been able to turn my passion into purpose.
Yeah.
And so that's who I am, surface level. But it's been a journey. Definitely has. It's been a journey to get here. So I started off at the McDonald's. In the back cash, taking orders.
Back cash.
In the back cash at McDonald's, taking orders.
What's the back cash?
It's the first window. Oh, right when you pull up the first window, you give me all your money. I was in back cash. So I started off at McDonald's, and I went from being the young lady who takes your orders in back cash with my red hair and my blue eyes to the young lady who was on the set of BET Major Films. And I am, doing the hiring for a hair and makeup team. So to go from fast food to production with hair and makeup with major networks, you don't get there overnight. And it's really a journey. And in doing that, I continue to see what God's hand looked like when it was over my life. And I'm glad that I decided to really embrace it and walk in it and not stray away from it, because there was a lot of fear in embracing that journey and embracing that walk. But it definitely wasn't easy. So I started off doing hair in my mama's house.
Okay.
12 years old. I was trapping out the kitchen.
Okay.
And so
kitchen beautician?
I was a kitchen beautician.
Mississippians, we know all about that.
Okay.
We still have them. And we love them.
And that's okay.
That's okay.
Because kitchen beauticians are important too, until State Board come in and shut that down. But listen, even in starting off as a kitchen beautician, people would come in my mama's house. They get their hair done. They get a plate.
Y'all sold plates too?
We didn't sell plates. Penny was just giving food away.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
So they got their hair done. They got a plate. But they would even ask me, when are you going to be in a salon? Is it really that important for me to be in a salon to service you? I know that I'm good. You still coming. But they even saw the value in me and knew that I was bigger than my space of doing hair out of the bedroom. So I started renting a booth.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went into the booth rental space, I loved it and I enjoyed it. But I would have clients come in and say, "Is this your salon?"
Mm.
No, it's not my salon. I'm just renting a chair. But every place that I went and I worked, I outgrew the space.
Wow.
And I outgrew it fast. And my clients would come in and they would see the vision for me before me once again, because they saw salon ownership and entrepreneurship all over me. They saw leadership all over me before I could see it in myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so they would always ask, "Is this your business?" And I would say no. So eventually I decided to step out on faith.
Okay.
I knew I had talent. I knew I had skill
Mm-hmm.
in the chair with styling, making people beautiful and encouraging them. And I'm like, this is all you need. Yeah, that's not the case. You need way more than skill.
Okay.
You need skin in the game, is what I found out. Because every bank that I went into, they let me know that I was not prepared.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have my paperwork in order. I didn't have my money in order.
Okay.
Paper.
Oh, okay.
Every hairstylist out there know what that means. So I didn't have the legal aspect in line. I just wasn't prepared. And so when I sat down and I tried to get my first loan for my business, and they said, "You need a little more skin in the game.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to bite off more than you can chew," basically. It was a punch to the gut a little bit. And it was very disheartening and it was discouraging. And so I ended up purchasing my business all on my own.
Wow. So debt-free. Girl, the topic today is debt-free, right?
I purchased it on my own. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
The banks kept turning me down.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord made provision.
Come on now.
We're going to say that.
Yes.
The Lord made provision for me.
Provision
And
came.
He said, "Listen, you don't really have to look too far.
Mm-hmm.
What you need is in front of you."
Yes.
And so I stepped out on faith, and I was at my other salon where I had been working. I told the lady, I said, "I'm going to work here for a year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get my business." Well, a year turned into 2.
Okay.
And we were in the back, and one of my coworkers, Christina, I love her so much. She said, "Hey, there's a salon for sale, and you should go check it out." And I said, "Well, what side of town is it on?" It wasn't on the side of town that I thought I wanted to be on.
Mm-hmm.
And I really didn't know if it looked the way I wanted it to look.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, "I'll go check it out." So I went to go check it out. And when I tell you, I had a meeting with the salon owner.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Hey, I have this business. I bought it for my daughter-in-law at the time. And she decided she didn't want to do hair anymore."
Wow.
She said, "So I'm moving. My life is changing. I'm selling it. And I would love for someone who has a passion for this business to have it." So we sat down and we talked numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And that woman sold me my very first business for exactly what I had in the bank account.
Oh, my.
And
wow.
Not only did she sell me my business for what I had in my account,
Mm-hmm.
but she sold it to me fully furnished, a full staff, and $200 in the drawer.
Wow. So she didn't even take the cash out the drawer?
She didn't even take the cash out the drawer. I didn't buy toilet paper for the first year and a half, okay? From the toilet paper to the printing paper in the machine to the system of how to run it. I mean, everything was set up for me. And so when I tell people that the Lord will have a ram in the bush, it's because I've seen it and I've experienced it.
Yeah.
And that's what walking and stepping out on faith looks like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you think you know what you need and you think you know what you want. I wanted to be on Wilma Rudolph Boulevard, the most busiest street in the... Tiny Town is so busy now. It's annoying. And that's where we're located, Rose. Our 1502 Tiny Town Road. But Tiny Town is so busy.
Mm-hmm.
Not only was that the perfect space for me, but the monthly was in my budget.
Mm-hmm.
The owner who wanted to let it go, that was in my budget. She sold it for me for just what I needed it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so this podcast means a lot to me because the audience that we're trying to reach, I believe, is the women in entrepreneurship who are afraid and who haven't been challenged to unleash and rise because fear will set you back in that way.
It will set you back.
And we're here to encourage them. Don't let fear set you back. Turn your obstacles into opportunity. Every door that's shut, another one will open. There's always a ram in the bush. And remember to unleash and rise. That's why we're here.
I like that.
Because we've been through it and we've experienced it. And so as we apply our experience in the different ways that we've overcome, the community, it'll definitely come forward in it.
Yes.
That's just.
I love it. I love it. So basically what I heard you say is for every vision, he will provide a provision.
Absolutely. Every vision.
Every vision. From both of our stories, that's basically what it is.
That's basically what it is.
And look at us now. We're so fabulous.
Oh, so fabulous. I think we're,
what?
Pretty fabulous.
In
my opinion.
Yes. I mean, we've just said it. A lot of people have not overcome. No. Right? A lot of people don't get out of a mess, unfortunately.
No,
so we're here to help them get out from being stuck.
Absolutely. Get out from being stuck and put our experiences and what we've learned and share that. It's the raw, unfiltered conversations that a lot of people are afraid to have, that we have to allow people to take our experience, apply it, and grow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's absolutely what it's about. And one of the things people can look forward to with this podcast is us being unfiltered, right?
Absolutely.
Raw. At times where people are going to look and probably think it probably should be edited a little bit, but we want to give people that authentic us, right? The authentic us and the authentic truth. We're living in a society where everything is so watered down, everything is so sugar-coated.
It's very watered down.
And people are not able to overcome.
Right.
Because they're not being told the truth.
Absolutely.
So we begin to tell them the truth, like, hey, this is going to happen, but this is how you overcome it.
Absolutely.
Right? So don't be afraid of the struggle, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen to every one of us in life, but you can overcome it.
Especially in entrepreneurship.
Especially in marriage.
Yes.
Parenting.
The blended family.
The blended family. I'm a living testimony. It's possible. Okay? It is also possible.
Yeah.
But we can get through it.
Absolutely.
And then we're going to have those people who are experts in their fields come along on a journey with us. They're going to come alongside us and come in and give us things from their expertise.
Yeah.
So I look forward to having that as well.
And we're not just here to talk at you. This is a community. We want you all to feel seen and heard. So if you have any questions or any topics that you all want us to cover, drop them in the comments. Send us a message so we can get to the conversation. We want you all to be a part of the conversation so that we can reach the community and we can build this community together so that we can all unleash and rise as one.
Yes, absolutely. We've been through the fire. We've been through the struggles, right? We've been down the way and back. And now we're here to empower you to be the better version of you. We're here to give you the strength and the courage that you need. Not only that, but really the steps.
Yeah.
Just like your story, you didn't understand all the steps it took to be an entrepreneur.
Did not understand all the steps.
I didn't understand, even when buying my first home, the different steps it took and things needed, right? So we're here to provide you guys with those steps. So that way, actionable items, so that way you can go out there and take the leap of faith and walk into your destiny.
So if the question is, what are the steps? Drop that in the comments. If the question, honestly, I mean, it's just as simple as that. Those are the messages that we want to see so that we can break it down and together we can unleash and rise.
We can unleash and rise. So I'm going to ask you, what does empowered to be me mean to you? What resonates with you? What is it that you need to be empowered to do?
Absolutely.
Because we're here to help. Leave a comment. Follow us on Instagram. I'm Laquvia the Realtor on Instagram. And
I'm Markeisha Rose. I am Markeisha Rose. You have to spell it out.
And we'll have it in the comments for you. So follow us and ask us questions. We're here to help you grow into the person you meant to be.
And be sure to tune in to our next episode where we will be talking about being limited by fear, which technically would have happened for me if I would have let that fear set in when they shut that first door in my face and tell me I didn't have enough skin in the game. So this is an episode that you do not want to miss. It's going to absolutely blow your mind.
Yes. And until then, continue to unleash, keep rising, and never forget that you are more powerful than you will ever know. Okay? See you later.
Bye.
This is